It's time now for the Period Chill 11 o'clock news for this Wednesday, December 31st, 2014. Good evening, everybody, on this New Year's Eve night of 2014, exactly 1 minute ago to 2015 in Eastern Time Zone. Here now, your news at 9, 0 and 9, top story here at 11 o'clock. Here is in Shanghai, where 35 people died in a stampede during New Year's Eve celebrations on Shanghai's historic waterfront area. City officials said on Thursday the worst disaster to hit one of China's showcase cities in recent years. After a turbulent year marred by terror woes, Ebola outbreaks, and horrific and series of airline disasters, many can be forgiven for saying good riddance to 2014 and gratefully ringing in a brand new year of 2015. New Year's Eve is turned into the Groundhog Day for Chris Clark as a one-time Mennonite arrived Wednesday from his Virginia home to watch the ball drop on New Year's Eve for the 16th time in a cold and very crowded Times Square, as revelers filled Times Square for the New Year's Eve celebration. In Jakarta, Indonesia, when a team of United Nations auditors visited Jakarta in May to rate the country's aviation safety, they came into a troubling conclusion: Indonesia, well below the global average in every category, and scored just 61%. Editor and Emmy and Tony Award-winning actor who played and portrayed Franklin D. Roosevelt narrated History Channel documentaries became a primetime television star in the long-running series Gilmore Girls, died Wednesday at Memorial Sloan Medical Center, New York, from brain cancer at the age of 71. Stock market hit high in 2014 as bull run endured. Traffic on Mass Pike was backed up for miles after a tractor-trailer rolled over in Charleston. The crash occurred about 2 p.m. Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas has gestured as he delivers a speech during a ceremony in the West Bank city of Ramallah on Wednesday. A suicide bomber killed at least 33 people in central Yemen on Wednesday when he blew himself up at a culture center where students were celebrating Prophet Muhammad's birthday, medical sources and a resident said. Fires were growing last night for 98 passengers on board a burning car ferry amid fresh claims of chaos and negligence from the crew of a stricken vessel. And Veronica Rutledge and her husband loved everything about guns. They practiced at shooting ranges they hunted, and both of them, relatives and friends, had permits to carry concealed firearms, as the inside story of Howard Idaho Todd shot his mom at a Walmart. A second person has been arrested in connection with a shooting in which Los Angeles police officers came under fire. Washington, more Americans sought unemployment benefits last week, but the number of applications continued to be low enough to suggest that solid growth will continue. In New York, oil prices fell on Wednesday to a 5.5-year low and ended with the second biggest annual decline ever, down by a half since June under pressure from a global glut of crude. Chief Executive Tesla Elon Musk said Wednesday that Tesla is working on a charger that could connect automatically to the car like a robotic snake. It turns out that Hollywood actor Joseph Gordon-Levitt is officially off the market, as he is married. Taylor Swift salvaged a terrible year in music. Her album 1989 has sold more than 3.66 million copies in an 11th hour. Managed to suppress the Frozen soundtrack at the top-selling album of 2014. U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service announced earlier this week that conduct a one-year status review of the monarch butterfly to determine if they are awarded in protection under the Endangered Species Act. Washington, if fangs are not what makes the newly identified Indonesian frog species Lemanthes levapatus unique on Earth. More than 1.5 million Americans avoided death from cancer since 1991 thanks to a fall in smoking rates and better cancer prevention, detection, and treatment, according to a study from the American Cancer Society. Walgreens closed a deal with Allen Spooks this morning, launched under a new holding company with its eyes on global expansion first for the retail pharmacy industry. The Massachusetts Department of Public Health has issued a first certificate of registration for a marijuana dispensary. The Ebola virus is still spreading in West Africa, especially in Sierra Leone, and the worldwide toll from the outbreak stood at 7,095 deaths among 20,206 known cases at year's end, the World Health Organization said Wednesday. MSF warns of growing capacity in Liberia. Epidemics killed more than 3,400 in the country, and Liberia suspends activities of traditional groups. Okay, take a look at New England alerts here. In Wilmette, Connecticut, at 122 I Street, a gas leak with Yankee Gas West with Wilmette Fire Department and gas meter broken off the residents' high concentration of gas in the structure. Neighborhood homes being evacuated. In Yankton, Connecticut, 29 North Wild Kiss Road, a shed fire extended in the wood line. East Great Plain tanker requested. And in Chelsea, Massachusetts, at level 1 hazmat. Webster Avenue 24, high pressure gas line leak, avoid the area. In Chelsea, Massachusetts, 121, Webster Avenue, level 1, gas main break and cruise investigation road closure in the area. Summit Avenue and Prescott Avenue, Webster Avenue, Clark Avenue. Pay attention news times now, 11:05 here on this New Year's Eve night of 2014, and it's time now for a little traffic report here. And smooth sailing now westbound was New England there, and Austin ramp restrictions on Mass Pike eastbound and interchange 20. Also, matter tolls is and a look at Boston here, where it is busy than usual of the first night festivities. Says there is 55 minutes left in 2014 in the Eastern Time Zone here. And if you're celebrating out New Year's Eve out in the town, be sure to use some safe and use your smarts wisely. And drive safely and don't drink and drive. Okay, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. It goes like this for the overnight hours of tonight. Podcast got low about 12 degrees. Calm wind becoming westbound 5 to 7 miles per hour after midnight. In the first day of 2015, for New Year's Day, will be Saints got to have about 33 degrees and west wind about 9 to 14 miles because it's 9 to 28 miles per hour. For Thursday night, podcast got with a low on 24 degrees. Southwest wind about 6 to 9 miles per hour. For Friday, most of the Saints got about 38 degrees. West wind about 6 to 9 miles per hour. Friday night, most of the coast got low about 23 degrees. West wind about 6 miles per hour coming northwest after midnight. Saturday, slight chance of snow after 4 p.m. Most of the sun skies are about 34 degrees. Chance of precipitation is 20%. Saturday night, snow likely before 1 a.m. Then snow and sleet likely between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. Then rain likely after 2 a.m. Cloud skies below and 20 degrees. Chance of precipitation is 70%. For Sunday, rain likely with some cloud skies with a high about 52, low about 29 degrees. Chance of precipitation is 70% by Sunday. Saturday night, dwindling down to 30% here. And for Monday, most of the same podcast got about 33, low about 19 degrees. For Tuesday, chance of showers with part saying most skies got about 31, low about 19 degrees, and chance of precipitation is 30%. And for Wednesday, part saying got about 30 degrees. North temperature standing at 13 degrees with some overcast skies. And that's me for the period channel. 11 o'clock news on this. Wednesday, December 31st, 2014. Here, Peter was here. Have a good night with a good attitude and have a happy and safe New Year's Eve and a Happy New Year. And I'll see you tomorrow morning for the first Peter Channel newscast of 2015. Have a good night and a Happy New Year.